Hello and welcome to the weather update for March 13th, 2019. Before I talk about the weather update, there are some issues going on the internet that are very serious and no mention on the news about it. Outages for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram going on for many people, and that resulted in a delay of getting the weather update up to you last night. We don't know what's going on, some kind of cyber attack thing. But I just figured to make you aware, so if this video does come out late, you'll know why. Because there's slowdowns all across the internet right now. Facebook is not working. A lot of the features on Facebook aren't working. Last night we could videos got stuck processing on YouTube, and I can't send things, so it's a pain. But anyway, plenty of clouds around today, and just a cloudy day, not that warm. Still in the low 40s, a little chilly out there, and we actually have some precipitation around. Let me go to that right now. We're going to go and look at the radar and show you that we actually have some precipitation that was not in the forecast at all. You can see some very light sprinkles across the area and some showers actually around in New Jersey and stuff. So I was not expecting that. So there could be some little period of light rain tonight, perhaps. So let's go look at the models, and you'll see it's not really showing up on the models at all. Actually, let's go look at Ventu Sky. So you can see the temperatures are in the 30s, mid 30s. Actually, that's why some of this precipitation, we had like a little sleet sprinkle around 7 o'clock or so passing through our area. But you can see warmer air off to the west, and if we pull this out, show you that there's a lot of warm air just to off to our southwest. Very unusually warm air here, and this is actually going to be the focus for some severe weather. You got warm air, 60s and 70s going into Ohio. It won't get quite that warm here, but it's very abnormal, and you can actually see the storm. There it is. That's pulling up the warm air, and on the backside of this, they're getting blizzard conditions with wind gusts near hurricane force. So very strong system here in the middle of the country. Looking a little more at our weather, you can see that precipitation not being forecast very well by the GFS at all. Let's see if it's being forecast by the NAM. And it is not. So it's very interesting that we can look at the radar here, see precipitation on the radar, and yet we can see precipitation on the radar, and the models, they're not showing up anything. So it's very unusual. This same thing happened the other day when Monday was supposed. No, it was Tuesday. That was supposed to be a clear day, and it turned out to be tons of clouds around. The models are underestimating the amount of moisture in the atmosphere due to climate change. So they're always underdoing the clouds and always underdoing the precipitation. So this precipitation is not being picked up. But you can see there could be some light rain tonight around the area. But the next major system, which I want to talk about, will be Friday, and there'll be some showery type of precipitation with that. It won't be widespread, but there could be some thunderstorms, especially with that cold front that might wind up moving through around, say, 8 o'clock or so, 7, 8 o'clock on Friday night. So that could cause some thunderstorms. Look at that line just really explode over the ocean as it hits that warm air. So we'll go back to the GFS, and we'll look at the temperatures, because we will be seeing a warm-up as we go into the next day or so. So let's back it up. We'll look at the temperatures and show you the warm air coming in. So as we go into tomorrow, you'll see there's the warm air coming in. You can see temperatures in Jersey are probably going to be in the mid-60s tomorrow. For Long Island, we'll have a sea breeze, so it'll probably be in the 50s. And look off to the west there, 70s, going all the way up into Pittsburgh. It's crazy. And then that warm air continues coming up in the area Friday, again being pulled up ahead of that cold front, and there could even be some 70-degree readings in New Jersey, possible. For Long Island, probably not. We'll probably be in the 50s, and then that moves through, and then we cool off by the weekend. Yeah, since it's gotten warm, I've been sneezing like crazy. I guess it's allergies. And we go into a Sunday, cools back into the mid-40s, and then next week we'll have temperatures a little bit below normal. Then it warms up again around Thursday. I don't really want to go that far in the long range. So that's the GFS. Let's see what the dew points are, because I have a feeling those dew points will also be coming up. This is not only warm air, it's also humid air as well. Yep, dew points could be approaching 60 degrees in New Jersey, perhaps on Friday. So that, yeah, there's some dampness with this air, of course. some humidity with this air as well. So yeah, have some summer-like dew points in certain areas of the country, probably off to the west, in Ohio, probably. You might have to put the air conditioner on for them. And maybe if you're in New Jersey, you might have to as well. Let's take a look at the sky conditions. Well, let's go to the NAM, and we'll see what the NAM does for temperatures. Because the NAM's higher resolution, so I'd rather look at that too, if I can. So tomorrow, you see, tomorrow, the NAM is too cool, though. That's why I don't usually the NAM. It's going to hit the 50s, and the NAM keeps us in the 40s. NAM is a cold bias. That's why I don't like using it for temperatures. So let's go back to the GFS and look at the sky. All right, we'll be looking at the sky and see when we can get some clear days. Certainly won't be the next couple of days, that's for sure. So plenty of high clouds around tomorrow. It'll be pretty cloudy. Similar to today, a veil of high clouds. And then for Friday, of course, it'll be plenty of clouds. And then hopefully, maybe by the weekend, we'll start to see the sun a little bit. Let's see what happens on Saturday. Yep, looks like maybe Long Island might have a clear day on Saturday. The cirrus might linger for Jersey, but Long Island might have a clear day. And then for Sunday, also might be a clear day as well. So the weekend looks nice, at least. Then we have this weak system coming through on Monday. That'll bring us some clouds, and then maybe another clear day for Tuesday. So we have a couple of chances for some clear days here, which I'm very happy about, of course, and maybe another clear day for Friday. So we have a couple of chances for clear days, which is good, which is very, very good. Let's see, I think that's going to be it. I'll just put the precipitation reflection back on here because reflection meaning the model's interpretation of what the radar might look like. Let's see that system on Monday. A very weak system, but could bring some mixed precipitation. It's being suppressed now to the south a little more over southern New Jersey, but a very weak system. I'm just curious as to what the model thinks of snowfall. Probably very little, but let's see. Yeah, just like an inch, barely anything. Maybe the mountains might get a little bit, but not really that much for the area. So again, this massive storm here is really impressive. You can see, look at this thing. It's just huge, huge. And look at this, the temperatures 80s, although going up to Oklahoma City, you got 70s. This is an impressive storm. Let's go, I want to look, I'm just curious at the wind speed in these areas, because the winds have to be strong. Yeah, sustained 30-mile-an-hour winds, 40-mile-an-hour. That's what I'm saying. Some of these winds are really impressive. They're just causing a lot of damage. And then what we can do is we can go to wind gusts and show you the gusts. So you can see I'm just showing you the energy with this system. Now the core of the system doesn't go over us, but this is what could cause some thunderstorms, some gusty winds, and maybe possibly some strong storms on Friday as this front moves toward our area. So when you got 63, look at this on the backside, 70. So they're getting a bona fide blizzard over here. Places like Colorado, really getting hammered. Really getting hammered. Let's take a look at the radar. I'll show you what the storm looks like. So here's the core of the radar. You can see this is where they're getting hammered with the snow on the backside. This is the front here. This is gonna bring some severe weather. Let's go and look at the dew points. Show you the dew points, just to show you, because this is a really strong storm. I have to show you. See, look at the cool, dry air on the backside. Look, it's actually colder. It's actually drier in parts of Mexico than in Ohio, which is insane. You can see the dew points here coming up. This is all coming up off the Gulf of Mexico. Well, all that warm waters, and this is the problem we have here on the East Coast, is we have all this warm water, and that moisture just keeps coming up the East Coast, unfortunately. So I will just go to earthandoldskool.net. I did this on the last one, but we'll look at it again and show you the ocean temperatures, because they're above normal, and I mean nobody's talking about this. Yeah, El Nino is the Pacific Ocean, but the Atlantic is really just showing these crazy anomalies here again. So just something to really be concerned about. It's not good for the ice up north, and it's something we should really be very concerned about. So that's going to wrap up this weather update, and I'll have another one for you tomorrow night. Take care.